Hello puzzle friends, welcome back to another video. Grab yourself a nice cup of tea and let me sit back and tell you all about the UK Nationals. So, I have just attended the UK National Jigsaw Puzzle Championship, and let me tell you what a fantastic event it was. Most people are going to know what speed puzzling is that follow this channel, but if you don't, it's basically you do normally a 500 piece puzzle as fast as you can. And yeah, it's actually turning into a very big, fast growing sport. It's become very popular. I think even Sky News were there this weekend doing a piece on it. And yeah, expected to grow exponentially throughout the next couple of years. So, firstly, I just want to start by saying how fantastic it was, how well organised it was. Annika and the team at the UK JPA did an absolutely incredible job of getting this set up over a 2-day event. Last year was the first one and it was 1 day. They've come back this year bigger and better, and they've done it over 2 whole days. And let me tell you, it was full of action-packed puzzling fun. Even when you're not puzzling, there was a lot to do. There was raffle prizes, there was a Ravensburger pop-up shop, there was other puzzling competitions to do. If you're not competing, you can watch other people compete. And yeah, it was just incredible. The atmosphere was fantastic. People were buzzing. And one of the highlights for me, I actually had a few people come up to me who recognised me from this channel, and they come up and said hello, introduce themselves, and that was fantastic. That, along with getting to chat to and meet a whole host of other people, was just brilliant. Getting to speak to people from all sorts of walks of lives, all parts of the country that have all come together just to do puzzling, was incredible. And you could see that throughout. There were so many people that turned up on their own, and they just got engulfed into groups and were chatting away and having a really good time. So yeah, that was the first bit. It was absolutely fantastic. It was held just on the outskirts of Bradford, in a place called the Woodhouse Grove School. This is a private school, and let me tell you, the facilities were incredible. It really did it justice. There was the main sports hall where the puzzling took place, and up above it there was a large balcony where people could actually watch from, which is amazing because it got you a good bird's eye view of what was actually going on and happening. And then there was this really nice entrance hall as you walked in, and then there's a lovely staircase that you go up to the top floor, and that's where you go and look at the shop and get to meet people and do the raffle and everything like that. So yeah, the venue itself was 10 out of 10. It was fantastic. There are 3 events that happened over the weekend. You had the solos, where you're doing it on your own. You are competing to do a 500 piece puzzle. Because of the amount of people that want to take part and were interested, they actually were able to do 2 heats, and they could hold up to 200 people each. And that then put them through to a qualifying round. So the way it worked, you had up to 200 people competing in Heat A. And so you had 200 people competing in Qualifier A, and up to 200 people competing in Qualifier B. And the top 100 out of each group went through to the final, which is on the next day. You then had the pairs event. The pairs event is you and another person. And again, you do a 500 piece puzzle as quick as you can, but as a pair. There was just a final. And then again, there was a teams event. Now, this was new for this year. They didn't have this last time. But this was 4 people that make a team, and it was to complete a 1,000 piece puzzle as quick as you can. So I actually entered all 3 of the events. I'll go into my team later on. But yeah, all 3 were fantastic, and there were some great puzzles. I've got a load of goodie bags down here that I'm going to show you which puzzles were done, who they were by, and then some other bits and pieces that I bought. So the Saturday started, and the doors opened at 9:30, and that gave you an hour to get yourself ready and walk around and get to grips with everything before the first event started at 10:30. Now, I was in the qualifier A, so I was in the first one of the day, and this puzzle was Absolutely beautiful puzzle. When I opened this, I thought, you know what, that suits me. That's a gorgeous little puzzle. I don't normally like green. However, you can see there's a lot of vibrant colours, so the greens do stand out apart from each other, and it's quite vibrant. So it's, yeah, it was nice to do as a speed puzzle. Now, this is called Camping Adventures, and it is by Angela Holland. That was done purely for the event, and yeah, it was a great puzzle. The feedback I got from everybody else that I spoke to about it, absolutely loved it. The puzzle was done on the quicker side of things, but yeah, it was a great introduction to the world of speed puzzling and to start the weekend off. So, qualifier A, a couple of stats: 156 people placed, as in actually were there and did the whole lot. 143 of those actually finished the puzzle within the 2 hours. The remaining people just had a few bits left, and they got counted up towards the end. And as I said before, only the top 100 qualified. So I went with the hope of getting under an hour and a half. I struggle to get under an hour and a half when I'm speed puzzling. I've done it once or twice in training, but that is purely on puzzles that I've done before. So I really want to get under that hour and a half. Now, I got a time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 49 seconds, which for me was incredible. I was really, really happy. Unfortunately, that got me 110th place, which was only 10 away from being into the finals, which I was a bit gutted about. But hey ho, things happen. It doesn't matter. And a plus side is I actually got to watch the finals with all the spectators, and that was really enjoyable. Now, I'm going to go through the top three finishes. So, bearing in mind, my time was an hour and 27 minutes, and only 143 people actually finished it. The top three finishers are Mary Black in third place, got 38 minutes and 10 seconds, which was incredible. Second place was Rachel Chambers, 36 minutes and 35 seconds. And literally 9 seconds before that was Sarah Mills with 36 minutes and 26 seconds. So that was an extremely close qualifying round. Right, after this, it was qualifying round B, a little bit later in the afternoon. This was at 1 o'clock. So qualifying round B, which I didn't take part in, obviously, but the puzzle was beautiful. It was by a lady called Eleanor Tomlinson, and it was this gorgeous but incredibly difficult looking puzzle. And this was called, basically, it's called Jigsaw Puzzle Competition, and it is it's a scene of people competing in a jigsaw puzzle, which was fantastic as a qualifying puzzle for the nationals, I believe. So this puzzle, as you can see, would have been a lot harder than the first one. And the feedback I got from other people was it was a fantastic puzzle, but it was on the harder side. If we go into the stats, 161 people actually placed and did the puzzle. 133 people finished within the 2 hours. And again, obviously, only the top 100 qualified. So the top three people in this one, third place was Mara Holler, and she finished in a time of 45 minutes, 32 seconds. So obviously you can see, yeah, it's a lot. It took a bit longer than the first puzzle, which shows the difficulty. Second place was Chiala Del Antonio in 42 minutes and 23 seconds. And in first place, with an absolute ridiculous time of 36 minutes and 8 seconds, was Emma Quirk. And yeah, that was a fantastic, absolutely fantastic time for somebody to get on a puzzle like that. So the day then finished off with the pairs competition. Now, I was in the pairs competition with my lovely friend and fellow YouTuber, Vicky, from the channel Vicky Makes and Builds. So if you've not seen her stuff, I'm guessing most of you would have. But if you haven't, her channel is amazing and it's worth a check out. I'll put it in the description below. So yeah, we actually worked together last year in the pairs. And that's the first time we actually met. We met just chatting beforehand and decided to go in the pairs together. And since then, we've not puzzled together, but we've been chatting forward and backward, keeping an eye on what each other's doing, puzzle-wise and stuff. But yeah, so it was lovely to meet up with Vicky again and actually get a second attempt at it with her. Now, we were both discussing on the way down, we were discussing tactics, who's going to do what, who's going to do, like, open the bag and the box. And we decided that I was going to start at the top and I was going to be upside down, and I would start at the sky if there was a sky, and Vicky would work on the bottom. So yeah, the puzzle I haven't got here, but I will put a picture up on the screen now, was by none other than Jim Moyer, who is also known as Vic Reeves. And when they announced that he was doing the puzzle, everybody thought, oh my God, he loves birds. What is this puzzle going to be like? It's going to be something to do with birds. And then they did the 3, 2, 1, go. Everybody started opening the puzzle, and all you heard was the hall erupt with people just going, oh no, what is this puzzle? What it was a it was called the Birds Colour Wheel, and it was part of the Circles of Colour range of puzzles. And this was hard. It was basically all different coloured birds moving around in a palette of colours all the way around, and it was all birds on a white background. And this was so difficult, absolutely incredible. Now, in a pairs, most people would complete it in the pairs in the 2 hours, and average time is well under an hour. A lot of people get around the 30 minutes mark as a pair. Now, a couple of stats for this one. 187 people took part. Only 113 people actually finished the puzzle fully within the 2 hours, which is incredible. And that just shows how difficult it was. So we finished. We actually finished the puzzle, which we were amazed about. And we finished in 72nd place, which was no mean feat. And we did it in 1 hour, 38 minutes and 12 seconds. And looking at the puzzle, and at the time we were just so elated that we actually got to finish the puzzle. So yeah, we were fascinated with that. Now I'm going to go into the places. So I'll do the top 3. However, you can only place to get a trophy if you are basically a UK national. We had a lot of international competitors, but in the pairs, as long as one of your pair was a UK national, that was absolutely fine. You could place. However, yeah, so I'm going to start with 4th place, who technically got the 3rd spot because they are UK. That was a time of 53 minutes and 20 seconds, and that was Benjamin Everly and Chiara Dell'Antonio, which was an amazing time. 3rd place, who got the 2nd trophy, was Sarah Mills and Claire Hayes, and they finished in 52 minutes and 56 seconds. The 2nd place was an international finisher, so unfortunately they couldn't place to get a trophy. But I'm going to mention it because they did amazing anyway, was Anna Menges and Mara Holler, and they finished with an awesome time of 44 minutes and 19 seconds, which was quite far above 3rd and 4th. But the real amazing position was in 1st place. So in 1st place with an absolutely incredible time of 38 minutes and 13 seconds. Now, I don't know how anybody could do that puzzle in that time. However, when you look at the names of who were on it, it kind of explains itself. But that was a team of Rachel Chambers and Emma Quirk, and they did absolutely fantastic. So that is a really, really good time, and well done to them. Now, that was the end of day 1. We had the award ceremony, the raffle prize giving. Everybody went home in great spirits. I went back to the hotel, I had a few beers, and then I got my head down super early, ready so I could be fresh for the next day. So, on to day 2 of the puzzle competition. Now, today was all about the teams event and the final of the solo event. So, big day. I was in the teams event, and I met my team, must have been about 10 to 10. We met down at the bottom, just at the entrance, ready to go in. We had a quick chat about tactics and what we're going to do, and just a bit of a catch up. And yeah, then in we go. Now, our team was called the 3 quarters or 3 out of 4 puzzle tubers. So basically, it was me and Vicky, who I mentioned earlier, and then we teamed up with another pair, Scarlett from Scarlett's Puzzle Bubble, and that is another good channel which I really recommend you go and check out. And if you haven't seen it before, there will be a link in the description. And it was with her friend and pairs partner, Sarah. Now, I'd not met Sarah before. However, I'd met Vicky and Scarlett very briefly. But yeah, they were all lovely ladies. It was really, really nice to get to know them. And yeah, we just got on puzzling as a team. We actually had a good laugh. We were laughing and joking as we were puzzling. It was just a load of fun. So I think our personalities really suited to work together. And yeah, hopefully we can do it again in the future. So the puzzle for the teams, we had this beauty. Now this is called Old Father Thames. It is by Jane Tomlinson. Now this is an absolutely beautiful puzzle. It's 1,000 pieces, and it's basically the it's like a map. It's like the map of the Thames. It shows little sketches of what's going on around the Thames and highlights of things like you have narrowboats. Obviously, you've got Westminster, Battersea. You've got the Cutty Sark. All sorts of different stuff. But yeah, this is such a good puzzle to use as a team's event, in my opinion. It's really busy. There's a lot going on, but it was still quite difficult. So every member of the team could scurry off and do their own little thing, really. So one of us might do this corner, one of us might do all the writing, the scrolls, somebody else might do the sky. It was really good. So everybody was doing different parts all the time. I am looking forward to doing this again, but on my own, because as a team, I only maybe worked on a quarter of the puzzle, if that. So yeah, there's bits in here that I haven't seen yet and haven't actually got to enjoy. So I'm really looking forward to going back to doing this again. And I think the way the puzzle is, it's probably going to draw people to do again and again, because there's a lot of things going on that you may miss the first time. So yeah, hats off to the artist. It's a really good puzzle and probably my favourite from the weekend. Anyway, on to some stats. So being a team event, there was 86 participants and 52 of them finished the whole puzzle within that 2 hours. Now, I'll start with the top three. Technically, it's actually the top five because, again, international people can't place, but I'll include them anyway because the achievement's there and it's fantastic. So, with the bronze prize, but the fifth place with a time of 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 22 seconds was the Puzzle Guzzlers. Fourth place, which was an international team, with a time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 18 seconds, was the Emerald Puzzlers, all over from Ireland. In third place was another international team, and that was the International Buzzlers, with a time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 49 seconds. Second place, which got the second place trophy, was, well, with a really good time of 55 minutes and 18 seconds, was the Passionate Puzzle Pals. And in first place, with an incredible time of 54 minutes and 11 seconds, was Jiggy Pop with the top prize. Now, they all did absolutely fantastic. Now, our team, obviously, we paired up with a team that are phenomenal. So me and three really good puzzlers. We were happy to finish. We were just there having time. However, we did finish with a time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 58 seconds, which got us an awesome 20th place. And out of 86 people, we were really impressed with that. So yeah, and to be fair, we'd never puzzled together. That was the first time as a team we'd actually sat and puzzled together. So yeah, hats off to us. We did fantastic. On to the final part of the day, which was the highly anticipated finals for the solo event. Now, the only difference for this was that being the final, you only had an hour and 30 minutes rather than the 2 hours to actually complete the puzzle, which made it a little bit more tricky. Now, the puzzle itself was a really interesting puzzle by a man called Kevin Walsh, and it is this. It is The Need for Speed. It depicts an old style race going on, a car race, old style cars on a muddy track. And yeah, this really nice puzzle. But the word around the place was this is a very difficult speed puzzle. But in fairness, it was the finals. So yeah, it should be a challenge. Yeah, but really difficult. I haven't done it, but I am looking forward to doing it. And I'm looking forward to seeing how I'm going to tackle it and comparing that to how people in the puzzle did. Now, I wasn't in this event, which was really nice because I got to go and stand at the top and actually watch all my puzzling friends who were in it actually puzzled, see how they got on. And what was really interesting was just to look over the top and you got a bird's eye view and just to see how many different techniques people had. Some people were doing edges first, some people sorted into different piles, some people just did a blanket sort. Most people started at the top and worked down, but then some people were also doing like blobs of the car and then working on the brown. It was really interesting, and yeah. So on to the top finishes for this one. Now, there was such a wide range, so I'm going to whiz through this. Bear with me, it's quite long, but I will do the top 9 people because the 9th place was actually the third UK finisher. So, 9th place with the 3rd place trophy with a time of 58 minutes and 50 seconds, which, yeah, just shows how difficult this puzzle is, was Shona Redman. In 8th place, an international puzzler, 55 minutes and 23 seconds, was Mara Holler. 7th place was another international puzzler, and this was 54 minutes and 52 seconds, and this is Katerina Coops. In 6th place, with a time of 51 minutes and 6 seconds, you had Chiara Dell'Antonio. Another international puzzler in 5th place was 50 Minutes Dead, and this was Magdalene Grounce. Sorry for the pronunciation. In 4th place, which was a silver place trophy for the UK person, was 48 minutes and 51 seconds, and that was for Sarah Mills. So fantastic effort on you, well done. And then exactly 2 minutes quicker, in 3rd place, another international, was 46 minutes and 51 seconds, who was undoubtedly one of the favourites to win it, was Emma Quirk. And so before I go any further, something really exciting, when they were talking about the when it was getting close to finishing, they had cameras over everybody who was close, and 3 people were very, very close. It could have been anyone, and it was literally just over 50 seconds between 1st and 3rd. So that was Emma Quirk in 3rd. Now 2nd place was 46 minutes and 38 seconds, and that got the top prize for the UK resident, and that was Rachel Chambers. So well done. That was an absolutely fantastic achievement. And in 1st place, which was an incredible time of 45 minutes and 58 seconds, was the international competitor of Mari Black. So there you go. That is the top lot of finishers. And all of them were absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now, one thing to say with the amount of international competitors, in my opinion, is I think it's fantastic. I think the amount of international competitors that came over to actually compete and involve it just shows how much speed puzzling is growing, and also how good we're doing in the UK with it, because everyone from international places actually want to come and do it with us for our competitions. So yeah, so huge hats off to all the organisers and Ravensburger for sponsoring. Yeah, to get such an awesome event. Now I can't wait for next year because I'm already having puzzle gloom because I'm missing it already. But yeah, one last thing before I go. I just want to talk about the channel and where I'm going next. I've had a bit of a hiatus at the moment. I've not really done many videos. I've had a lot going on. However, this weekend has really given me the buzz to get back into it and start doing puzzle videos again. So, the puzzle I'm going to be starting this week, I've literally got everything ready to go, is... Oh, let me get it. It's a big one. It is the 5,000 piece Ravensburger. What's it called? It's called Space Odyssey. 5,000 piece Space Odyssey by Ravensburger. I know a lot of people like to see videos on large piece puzzles because not everyone gets to do them. Not everyone's got the space or the patience to get them done. So yeah, I'm going to do it for you. See what's involved and what I do and how I tackle it. And this is going to be a really nice puzzle to do. And at the end of it, I'm going to mount this. I don't know where yet, but it's going to be in a very special place. There's one or two ideas, but I'm actually going to get this mounted. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and comment if you enjoyed this, and be ready to see a lot more puzzle content coming from myself. So thank you very much for watching. If you're still watching, I know it was long, but I thought it was really good to recap on the whole weekend we've just had. And yeah, if I got to see you, or you come and chat to me or anything, and you recognise me from the channel or just got to know me, please put a comment in. Let me know who you are. It'd be lovely to get to know people better. And then when I'm at these events in the future, we can chat again and just grow the community. Basically, growing the community is such a big part of this. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.